very long time ago, when I was young, me and my friends saved up and we got ourselves a really big box of fireworks made by Astra. And maybe it was something like this kind of size. Certainly wasn't anywhere near the price. And we were pretty disappointed with them even way back then. So I thought what I would do is I would buy a box that was similar, as much as I can guess, 1,000 years ago, and and see if we're getting any better nowadays. So this should be interesting. So the RRP on this box is $89.99. Well, of course I didn't pay that, but I paid $64 for this, which I never would do for this. But I wanted to do an honest video about a typical consumer experience from someone who buys some fireworks for the back garden. He wants something a bit better than just, you know, a £19 box of fireworks for the children, and they'll be pretty disappointed by that. So yeah, this is it. This is the Astra Blue Cosmos selection pack. It has a net explosive content of 663.7 grams, which isn't a great deal really. And for a selection box, for the money I paid, I hope I'd get a bit more than that. But let's have a look. Let's see. There's no tape down the side, so here we go. Now, first of all, I want to say that this isn't your average firework selection box review, as you'll see. But let's have a quick look, shall we? I can see at a glance we've got the normal amount of fountains, box fountains, which are supposed to be more stable. That's why they're in a box. Hard ground in December. So, you know, if you bury fireworks in that lovely soft tilled earth that you have lots of in your garden, then it's pretty impossible, isn't it? Put it on the ground, the wind can blow it over. I can't see how that can make it more stable. There's a number of these box fountains in here that are the same size, I can see. So I think the labels, the names just don't meet in anything really. It's probably the same silver crackling fountain in each one. But we'll have a look. So in this particular size, we've got 18 grams, and this one's called a flower pot and doesn't tell you what it's going to do. I'm not particularly interested in, because as I said, I pretty much know anyway. And it's a box fountain. So let's see what's inside. There, one tube. Okay, and much easier to shove that in some sand or some earth, or even mount it on something. So, and I'm just going to mark this with SF for small fountain, right? And obviously, I'm just going to go through these and do the same thing. I probably won't show all of this, so the video will probably skip on. These aren't colour dipped at the bottom, so I presume they are all exactly the same effect. Now inside, they're nice sturdy, typical Chinese tubes. Not bad. There's a lot of primer on that one on the top there, but there's no colour markings to differentiate when they're put together in the boxes. In my opinion, just purely to make up the size of the box. So I reckon they're all the same. So I could mount those on something in some sort of shape and fire them all at the same time with some I don't know, extra visco or some quick match, but for these, can't be bothered. So what else have we got? We've got a larger box fountain. Now it's not bad, that's 40 grams, but if it's probably just 40 grams of the same crackling composition, then you know, big deal. The kids will just go running to the back of the garden. So this has got 2 tubes in. You know, is that a better way of making 2 tubes more stable? There is a better case for that one, particularly because of the size of this. But I mean, look at the amount of that space there. So again, and again, it's not marked, so I am really suspicious that this could be the same kind of thing. They are a larger tube, just slightly, and obviously these are like 20 grams each or something. I'll fix that later on, but they're not color marked, so it could be the same composition. Yet again, I don't need to label those. So I call this kind of selection box review a fireworks selection box teardown, and I want to do a few of these on the channel. I did a bit of one last year, and I guess this is this year's volunteer. There you go, you can see that the visco is going into there, into the choke, but again, not colour coded. So we've got this so far for all that, which is just a waste, in my humble opinion. Let's have a look at a few more things. Now these look quite interesting. We've got some proper conical fountains. Yeah, not too bad on the bottom. Let's have a look at the NEC on these. 90 grams, so that's a 90 gram conical fountain. And this one's a 50 gram conical fountain. So let's have a look at this one, because I would imagine it probably goes further up inside. Okay, so there is some sort of type of material, I don't know, bentonite clay or some other thing, some ceramic or whatever. And if it's a fountain, it has to be pressed. So, you know, it's a solid composition from there to, well, I don't know, wherever it's going to hit, probably about there or something, I don't know. And let's have a look at the bottom of this one. I think these aren't bad. The extra weight makes them a bit more stable. Let's have a look at what's going on here. Yeah, you can see. Okay, so that one's fairly more inside. It's got a little bit of a cardboard sort of pleated cover there, but behind that is the same material. So that kind of starts at about there and goes up to about there. And again, it's a proper conical fountain, so that this extra wide base at the bottom makes it nice and stable. So those aren't too bad, those pieces. However, if they're just stuffed full of the same silver crackling composition, then that's going to be a bit of a disappointment. So it remains to be seen. I wonder if it gives any sort of performance. Outdoor use only. 90 grams Cat F2. I can't see here any performance. So probably could be just two massive crackly fountains, another smaller crackly fountain, all these fountains doing the same thing as well. Let's hope not. I'll do a firing of this box at a later date. So what else have we got in here? Let's see what we can find. We've got another 18 gram fountain, Yawn, and another 18 gram fountain, and another 18 gram fountain. Right. But the rest, other than this, is obviously going to be some sort of cuckoo type one, so that's got some extra interesting performance. The obligatory wheel that never spins properly, this one is 4.5 grams. Yeah, everybody knows what these do. I'm not going to take these apart, but you've just got like the small tubes down there that provide the whistle, 2 whistles, and a fountain in the middle. Not marked. This one. Oh, nope. Same. Now this is interesting. This one's stuck on the inside. Sometimes you'll see a really big cylinder, and you'll have one tube just stuck on the inside, that makes it unstable for a start. Yeah, same. I'm not even going to bother to mark these anymore because I can see that I'm not expecting a great deal from them. So what have we got left? Well, we've got a couple of barrages. These aren't fountains, these are shot tubes. 25 mil or something. I don't know if that's bigger, is that 30? Not sure. The NEC is 18 grams. That's not bad for a shot tube, so yeah, that's pretty good. And looks like a 19 shot cape, doesn't it? A small 19 shot cape. 20.9 grams though. And the same here. Depends on the composition that's inside them. We've talked about this before. Just because it says you've got so much, composition, net explosive content. And what does that cover? Well, that covers the visco fuse, it covers the composition inside the firework. If it's a rocket, it's going to cover the driver and the payload at the top of the rocket. So that net explosive content isn't just gunpowder, you know that. Yeah. These are probably not too bad actually. And you pick them up and you think, oh, they're nice and heavy, those are good, got some weight to it. That's a comment I often hear on fireworks spot reviews. Well, this has got some weight to it, but it hasn't, it's 20 grams. And it's just clay in the bottom. That's quite good because that will stay nice and stable, so not going to complain about that. So we've got 3 shot tubes, and they're all the same. And it also says that Astra are chestnut trading, Bright Star, Night Star, whatever else, Bulldog. They all seem to come underneath the same moniker. This is 2 Dawn Angels and 1 Gemstones. Hang on. Oh, it is a shot tube. but it's not giving a performance. It just could be the same label. It might not be though. We have a mine. So they call it a fountain mine, a combination. So you've got the spillet on top here, which is a tube with a rammed powder charge, and then that burns down, but it might just be there for show. I don't know. Can you see that they put the pink paper on there? I mean, they're just kind of showing what touch paper used to look like back in the good old days. Blue touch paper. But you know, you're just lighting the visco, so dispense with that nonsense. They've got the same thing on here. It's quite decorative. They just put a bit of paper around, put that there. It looks nice, you know, but it doesn't do anything. Yeah, so, but disappointingly, this really heavy mine, and it really is heavy, but I'd still want to bury that in some sand or something, is 18 grams. So it's got a good mine tube, but 18 grams. It's probably mainly fountain and a bit of a oomph at the end. So there. A barrage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a 7 tube barrage. It's 39.2 grams, so 40 grams. Each Roman candle is 8 shots. Was that 56, is it? I don't know. We call these bundles, and we get obviously much bigger ones of these for wedding firework displays and the smaller displays. But yeah, that's a barrage or a bundle. So that's not bad, 40 grams, quite nice. We also have, another fountain. And this is interesting because the size of this is kind of like an old school firework. But I'm just wondering what is inside here. I'd imagine there's another tube inside it, and this is just like a covering, and it is, but so it just shows you, look, I mean, they're actually showing themselves for what they are, because, where are we? Well, maybe not that one, but you get the idea. They're putting that kind of size of tube almost in a box like this, okay, where they're putting it here, and it's a bigger tube inside this quite happily. So this, well, I don't know if that is colour coded for the bottom there. That might denote that it's a particular type of colour. So we'll see. I thought I'd have to mark all these up with a pen, but I really don't think I need to now. And to finish off with, just some Roman candles. By the way, I've noticed there's no comedy rockets in this box. There's a comedy lighter. These are useless, by the way. Don't use these. Do read your firework code, especially if you're in a smaller back garden with children and things. Always good to find out. So we've got a precision pulse and another one and another one. I could probably sort of mount these in some sort of fleur-de-lis type thing on the board. What are these, like 8 grams or something? 5.6 grams. Do you remember back in the day when a Roman candle would burn and you'd see like a sort of iridescent purpley blue flame, and then you would get the charge and a coloured pearl that would come up? Because these Roman candles nowadays don't have that. You just have like nothing and then nothing, and so there's even less composition in we should call them candles, not Roman candles, because I think Roman candle has a very wrong connotation to it. So we should call these candles. Yeah, and there we go. Well, when I was a kid and I bought that box of fireworks and the the verdict was it was all full of fountains and it was a bit disappointing. Well, we've got 3 shot tubes and mine. They're fountains, but these are going to be good, we hope. We've got a couple of barrages, and we've got a bundle, a cuckoo, and some Roman candles. And all the rest, oh yeah, we've got the wheel as well. But all the rest was that packaging, which in my opinion, you don't need. Okay. Imagine these had little labels on them like they used to. That would go in there. So really, what we've got inside here now is essential packaging only. And again, non-essential packaging. So there we go. That's my review of this box of fireworks. The fountains have no description. I have a worry that they're all going to be the same. Or they'll have some some green and some red at the most in them. But we could be pleasantly surprised, I don't know. So we'll wait and see what it's like when this is fired. Okay, so I know I haven't fired it, but I know a bit more about fireworks now than I did back then. And I would say that I am pretty much just as disappointed compared to what we got back in the day. All the fountains were just this kind of size with labels on. They were all the little Chinese ones, if you remember those, with a sort of very stringy looking visco that was grey. Yeah, so that's a bit of a shame. This is only my opinion. I am not, obviously I'm not sponsored by this company or a shop that I bought it from. I bought this with my own money, so I wanted to give an honest evaluation. I think I know what we're going to get, and for £64 it's not good enough. Probably better off get an alpha box, primed alpha box. That would be really good. So there you go, that's my fireworks teardown for 2023. Astra Blue Cosmos selection box. Maybe they do a bigger box than this, but I couldn't find any bigger in the shop. So watch later on for when I do a firing of this. Okay, now onto the Pyro news. I should come up with some sort of little logo and decorative thing for the Pyro news. Yay, Pyro news, you know, when you heard it there. Okay, my news is that I've still got my 100 subscriber celebration to do. We're very fast heading towards 200 subscribers, so that's really fab. It's coming up to Halloween and Bonfire Night. This Halloween, I'm at the engine rooms, Rolls-Royce engine rooms in Nottingham. We're doing a firework display there. The company that I work for, it's our own one. That should be really good. And there's 3 more displays in the following week. Well, I say 3, but they are in the balance because of the terrible damage that was done by the rain to particular venues. We have had some cancelled, and also some that are in the balance. So I was slated to do 4 out of the 21 odd shows that the company I work for will do over that week. But you never know, I might only end up doing 2, but I will post vlogs of those, and they'll be fun anyway. Please like and subscribe. If you hit the like button, then that really helps that stupid YouTube algorithm help me get the information out to people and to grow the channel. Please comment. Tell me what you think about selection boxes. How much would you be prepared to pay for one? Do you think that all the crackling fountain scares children away? It's a really weird thing about crackling fountains. I don't know if it's just me, but a few years ago I started going on about it in fireworks forums and on my videos. And now a load of companies are doing specific quiet products. Like Celtic have just brought out a quiet barrage pack. I've got one of those on order to demo. That would be great. There's the oh so quiet fountains and the other standard firework fountains you can get. Have you seen in my previous video? If you go to Tesco now for 30 quid, you can get those 5 really big fountains from standard that are completely low noise and very high quality, like the ones that you get in the Emperor selection box and boxes that standard do of that nature, which are their high level premium boxes and products and stuff. Well, I'll quit going on now. Have a great celebration over the weekend and a fabulous bonfire night, UK 2023. Let's keep our fingers crossed for the weather. The different venues where we're at doing different shows all show different weather. So we will see. Okay, we'll look forward to seeing you on the next video. And thanks for watching this one. Watch one of the other ones. Tell your friends. All right, don't forget to support your local Pyro and stay safe, have fun. God bless.